You're watching Hungry and Broke. I'm your host, Maya.
And I'm Kaylee, and welcome to our dorm room.
And today we are going to show you how to make a couple of different recipes that you can make in your dorm room with ramen, the staple of all college students. We'll be making regular ramen, ramen spring rolls, and some ramen breaded chicken. Now let's head to the store and get all the ingredients that we need.
Hi there, I'm Ridge, and I'll be your shopping guide each week for Hungry and Broke. We just got back from the grocery store, so let's take a look at everything we got so you can get started. The main ingredient for today's meal is ramen. Now there's a couple different kinds of ramen you can get. There's the cheap and flavorful kinds that everyone knows about, or there's the more traditional ramen you can get from the international aisle. But for money reasons, we're going with the cheapest option. For your traditional ramen recipe, the first thing you're going to need are eggs, which you can easily find in the dairy aisle. The next item you'll need are some mixed vegetables, which you can find in the produce aisle. Alongside that, you'll also need some shiitake mushrooms, which are also in the produce aisle, making everything very easy for you. For this recipe, we'll also need butter, so don't forget to pick that up. The last thing you'll need for this recipe is soy sauce, which can be found in the international aisle. Now that we got everything for our first meal, let's go back to the studio so Maya and Kaylee can finish this up.
Now that we're back in the kitchen, let's get to cooking. So, the ingredients that you're going to need are going to be, obviously, your ramen,
Your soy sauce,
your sesame oil,
butter, and 2 eggs,
some shiitake mushrooms or portobello if you'd like.
and then some veggie and sauce.
You don't have to use the sauce in this. But so first things first, what you're going to do is you're going to, if you want to start on the ramen, is you're going to open up as many packets of ramen as you need. We're going to be making 2 here. So make sure that you don't accidentally dump the sauce packets into the water and accidentally cook them, because I've done that before. Did not taste good, not gonna lie. Speak of the devil. All right, then you're going to pop that in the microwave for 3 minutes. 3 minutes, yes. And then as that is going, we are going to start on our vegetables. You want to pour those on our vegetables. Before you do that, thank you. You're going to take just an eensy bit of sesame sauce. You don't need a lot of it, otherwise it's going to overpower the entire dish. So I'd say 1/4 teaspoon at best of your sesame oil. And once this is all heated up, you're going to take your sauce packet out of your vegetables, and we're going to put that here. So once this is up to temperature, I'm going to pop these in. There you go. And you are going to stir them around a little bit, just making sure that they don't get stuck to the bottom of the pan and all that. While Kaylee's doing that, I'm going to start on these mushrooms. All right, you're going to cut the stem off first. And you're going to cut them long ways like so. You can add as many mushrooms as you want in there. I'm probably going to add 3 or 4. However, anyways. Kaylee, what's your go-to ramen when you're making it?
Spicy ramen,
Ooh.
but if I'm not feeling spicy, then beef ramen.
Ooh, I see you. With the spicy ramen with the chicken in it?
Yeah.
I've never had that before, but I've heard really good things about it.
The one that's all over TikTok.
Yeah,
That was my favorite.
Do they sell that one at Taki Ramen?
They got it at Weiss.
Ooh, slay. Okay, I see you. I see you. Truly a ramen connoisseur over here, truly. All right. Last mushroom. All right. Once you have all of your mushrooms good, you can dump them into your vegetables. You're gonna add your soy sauce. You can add it to taste. So you can add it to your taste, but don't add too much, otherwise the vegetables will just get completely covered in soy sauce and it won't taste good. Speaking of which, what am I doing? All right, just let those steam real quick. Pop out our ramen. And we're gonna let that marinate. Marinate in our sauce packets. Yes, thank you. All right. Looking good so far, actually. Anyways. All right. We're gonna let this marinate right here. Going to check on our vegetables. How's it looking over there? How's she looking?
3 more minutes.
3 more minutes. And I'm gonna pop the lid back on her smoking. Yeah, be careful when you're cooking your vegetables because, as you can see, she's a little smoky, and we don't want you guys to accidentally set off the fire alarms. That's not good. No public safety visits today. Not today. All right. All right. We're looking good. She cooking, all right. She cooking. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. You could put it in the bowl.
We could. All right. So, once those are all done, you can pop them in this bowl right here. If you want to hand me the tongs real quick. Thank you. Pop these into the bowl real quick. Well, what's going on? What's the time on the ramen? Oops,
1:30 left.
Oops, it's looking good though. All right. And done. All right. Once you have all this, well, you're gonna set that to the side. And next, we are going to start on our eggs.
Pop this back in to finish off.
Yes. Open up some butter. All right. You don't need a lot of butter for your eggs. I would say at least about 1 tablespoon max. Once you have your butter, pop her in there, let her get all nice and frothy. Once that is all good, you can start with your eggs. Crack your eggs, pop them in real quick. There you go. Thank you. So you're all good with that. We're gonna be making scrambled eggs here. So what you're gonna do is you're going to whisk them up a little bit in the pan and then start pushing them towards the center. How's she looking over there?
Perfect.
Ooh, yes. We can start to put the vegetables into the ramen while it's marinating and all that nice sauce that we had. Once your eggs have not become transparent anymore, you're gonna start chopping her up a little bit to get that perfect scrambled egg look. Nice, awesome. All right, we're gonna turn that off. Let these eggs cool down a little bit. And then we can start to assemble our ramen. So what you're gonna do first, you're gonna take a little bit of this. You can mix her all in there. Take some of your eggs for your protein, all that good stuff. I'm mixing that in as well. And then once you have the desired amount of eggs and vegetables in your ramen, you have yourself a nice bowl of ramen. We are actually going to use this in our next recipe, our spring rolls. So we're going to go to a commercial break, and we will see you where we will teach you how to make some nice, neat spring rolls. We good?
Don't we have to?
We'll be making spring rolls, so head over to the international aisle and get some. We'll once again need some mixed vegetables, so head over to the produce aisle and pick these up as well. Alongside the mixed vegetables, we'll once again need shiitake mushrooms. Once again, we'll also need butter. Pick up some sesame oil from the international aisle as well. For our last ingredient, once again, we'll need eggs. So head back to the dairy aisle and pick this up as well. That's everything we need today. Let's head back into the studio so Maya and Kaylee can get cooking.
And we're back. So now we're going to be starting our ramen spring rolls. I'm going to be teaching Kaylee how to make our nice little spring rolls. So first things first, we're going to take our ramen, our eggs, and our vegetables, and these will be used for our toppings. So what we're going to do is we're going to microwave this nice little bowl of water. We're going to be using warm water just so that your spring roll wrappers don't harden as soon as they could. These are what they should look like, what you're good. And once we get the water and all that, how much time did you put that in for?
Just for a few seconds.
Okay, cool, awesome. And you don't need to like douse this in water. I know you're probably going to want to, because it sounds like that. But it's going to soften as you put your fillings into the spring roll. So we're all good. All right. Looks good. Thank you. I appreciate you. So how's this gonna go? We're gonna do one little spin. Now warm water. We're gonna lay that flat onto our.
Which way?
Either way works. Either way works. Lay that flat onto our thing. What you're gonna do when your stuff is still not quite soft yet, that's all good. That looks great. So we're gonna take our noodles, put those in first. Take some of our vegetables. You don't need to use a lot of vegetables if you don't want. Pop those in there as well. And then lastly, our eggs. We're gonna sprinkle a few of those on top for our protein. Just gonna pop those in here. And then once that is all good, you're going to take your end bit of the spring roll and you're gonna not accidentally drop it onto the other side so it sticks together. But you're gonna tuck it over all of your ingredients so they stay in place. Oh, it looks great. Hell yeah. You're gonna, oh, of course. You're gonna tuck your corners in next. There we go, looking awesome. Then once you're done, you're gonna roll, roll, roll. Yeah, just do like, there you go. Do like that, and you gotta tuck the corners. You can go so far till, let's keep rolling. There you go, you're okay. That looks good, that looks good. No, it's not gonna stick, you're good. Or you could do it like that too if you want to. Just, there you go. You're gonna have, you're gonna have a nice looking spring roll that looks a little bit like this. Or like this. Whichever method you prefer, whether it be the square tuck-in method or just the roly-poly, either one works, but these actually look great though. They look delicious. But yeah, this is what yours should look like. It uses all the same ingredients as your ramen, so it's nice and conservative if you're trying to save some money. But with that done, we are going to move into our last segment of this show, which is going to be our ramen breaded chicken. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Slay.
Score official fan gear at the KU Campus Store Mini Shop. KU Campus Store is a non-profit organization that is affiliated with Kutztown University. All proceeds from KU Campus Store benefit KU students. The mini shop is conveniently located behind the home bleachers across from the concession stand. Grab your official fan gear today. Shop to show your KU spirit from head to toe. What are you wearing on game day?
We'll be making ramen breaded chicken. So, head over to the meat aisle and pick up some thin sliced chicken breast. This will help us get started for the meal. For this recipe, we'll once again need eggs, so head to the dairy aisle and pick these up as well. We'll also need canola oil, so head to the baking aisle and pick some of that up. That's everything we need for this second meal. Let's head back to the kitchen and get started.
And welcome back to our final cooking segment of this episode. We are going to be making our ramen breaded chicken. All right, so first things first, what you're gonna do is you're going to take your chicken right here. You're also going to need, obviously, your ramen. some canola oil, 1 egg, depending on how much you need to make, 1 plastic bag to crush your ramen in. And yeah, so what we're going to do first is we're going to take our chicken right here, and specifically for this cut of chicken, which is our chicken breast, we're going to be cutting this long ways. And while I am doing that, Kaylee over here is going to be crushing up our ramen to make our quote-unquote breading. Let me just do this real quick. This is probably the most interesting ramen recipe. Probably most interesting recipe with ramen that I've come across so far. But it's fairly simple to make. It's basically just making ramen, just regular bread chicken, except with ramen. So you need a few extra steps. I'm gonna throw that out. Except flaring up. And so while she's doing that, we're going to grab our, don't mind me, just gonna come up behind you, grab our canola oil. I'm gonna start warming up our pan. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot of corn. Oh, that looks great. And once you have your breadcrumbs all crushed up, you're gonna put the seasoning packet in.
How many?
Both of them. You're gonna put both seasoning packets in since we used 2 things of ramen. You do not need a lot of canola oil to fry. I would say just until it's like the width of your chicken slices. That looks good. That looks good. You're gonna know that your oil is ready when it looks a little bit like water reflecting on the sand, and it's gonna push toward the middle. Shake, 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 shake it up. While she's doing that, we're gonna crack our egg in preparation for our egg wash. So pop one in here. Oh damn, look at you go. I see you. All right. We're gonna whisk the yolk, the egg. We're gonna whisk the egg and the yolk together until they are fully incorporated with each other. And once we are done with that, let me put that right there. Once we're done with that, we're gonna start breading our chicken. So first things first, take your first slice of chicken, dip her in the egg wash until she is fully coated. And then we are going to start dipping her in our makeshift breadcrumbs. It is gonna get a little messy, but that's okay. Cooking is messy sometimes. You want to be careful with your ramen breadcrumbs. They tend to fall off a little easier than most. And once you have that, we're going to lay her down in the oil and let her fry. I'm going to wipe my hands off first so I don't get salmonella, because salmonella is not good now. It's actually quite bad for you. All right. So you will know that your chicken is ready. Where are the tongs? You're gonna know when your chicken is ready when you can see that the bottom is a little bit when the bottom is golden brown. And once you see that, you're gonna flip her over. There we go. Ooh, it looks great. I see you. All right. Just gonna leave her there for a little bit. Looking great, looking scrumptious. Now we're just gonna pop this one in next. I'm gonna use a tongs this time. But, forgot to turn back on. There we go. All right. You can be done with these once you have cooked all of the chicken that you require. It's looking good though, not gonna lie. And this is somewhat what your finished product should look like. Don't matter. Don't matter at all. Can we? All right, slide. So this is what your finished product should look like. Obviously a little more bread coating, but a little bit is going to fall off in the pan, and that's okay. That's okay. So we're going to let this one fry up for now. To reiterate, once you see a golden brown at the bottom of your chicken, you know that's the time that you're going to flip her over. All right. We're going to fry these up. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to taste test all of our dishes. Thanks for joining us for this ramen episode. Come back next week where we'll be making brownies and blondies in a mug. I'm Maya.
And I'm Kaylee.
We will see you next time.